All right, Sistas fan, we're talking about the Sistas Circle episode review. This episode wasn't that good. Guys, I know this video is a little late. I said I would have it up within 24 hours of the episode airing, meaning that this should have been posted sometime on Thursday, but I've been busy. I know that's an excuse I've been using for a while, but for real, I've just been busy with a lot of stuff. Have not videos been blowing up, but Sister and Oval, they doing alright. But given the fact that a fall from grace dropped today, and I figured, oh god, I have that to worry about as well. I kind of let these episodes stack up on me because was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? But I watched the final 2 hours of Crisis on Infinite Earth on the CW, and I'm like, I don't feel like watching 2 hours of Tyler Perry stuff right now because I was still mad about the whole Catherine and not being shot by Wyatt. But I decided to do something a little different. I said, you know what? These episodes move slow, so let me go ahead and see if I can, change the playback speed from normal to 1.25 speed. And the first, I want to say, 25 to 27 minutes of this episode of Sisters took place in Andy's is it an apartment or a home? I think it's an apartment because I remember that one time Gary was leaving. We saw someone, at like a numbered door behind. So I'm just going to say like a condo, apartment, whatever. So basically it takes place in Andy's home. And I was 3 minutes into the episode. I'm like, this isn't going any. It's just Danny said one thing that I actually liked, and that was the fact that, Andy, why are you acting surprised that Gary cheated on you when you knew he was a married man cheating on his wife? That was the only thing of value she said for like the first 20 some minutes. So I decided to speed up the playback because for the first 15-20 minutes, it's just everyone bickering. Sabrina's trying to stop Danny. Andy's telling Karen to watch it. Karen and Danny going back and forth. I changed it to 1.5 playback speed. The episode was still moving slow. Guys, then I changed, what did I say, 1.5? I went to 1.75. The episode was still moving slow. Because when you speed up the playback on these episodes, you realize how long those pauses are between sentences. It's like I usually watch the episode at normal speed, like it airs on TV. For real. Hence why in these episodes are always like, the episode was slow. We spent way too much time with these two characters. When Gary came over, my God, I changed the playback speed to the maximum, which is 2 times. So I was watching the episode at twice the speed as normal. So basically, if I would have started at you all know basic math. If I would have started the episode at 2 times speed, I would have watched the entirety of the episode in about, give or take, 19 to 21 minutes. So when Gary came over, that scene was so slow. Even at max speed, the damn show was slow. Andy's literally playing mind games, trying to get Gary to come clean in regards to, he did come clean about some stuff. Because first question to me, what the hell is Gary even doing there? It wasn't the agreement to play nice with your wife for like a month, so she'll call off the divorce, and then once that's done, we can figure out our next moves because I'll be in the clear at my job. Your wife wouldn't want a divorce, and then we can move forward from there. But no, he actually never even went back home. He's basically sounding like a child. I don't want to go. It's no fun. I missed you. I love you. He's been staying at a hotel for ever since he left. Meaning that it's possible that P.I. probably knows that there have been some women at that hotel that Andy doesn't know about. Well, probably knows about now because of the photos. But basically, that's the first 20 minutes of the episode. The girls bickering back and forth. Andy saying men ain't shit. Gary coming over looking like a damn fool. Because Danny got that. I will admit, Danny wasn't about, to let Gary make a fool out of her girl again. But when she got that knife, so the girls went to the back room. Andy did play some deceptive and manipulative games against Gary because, well, knowing what she knows now, she's able to call him out on that bull crap. But, even knows that he's lying right to her face. But, she struck a nerve when she mentioned, you know what? let me just ask the question: what is it that you want? What do you feel is fair between you and your wife in the settlement? Because she mentioned giving her half, and then what, like $50,000 a month, because you make, what is it, $100K a month before taxes. He doesn't want to do that, and he doesn't want to get into it because her sisters are in the back room. So basically, with Andy asking the right questions, Gary gets disgruntled and decides to leave, but doesn't leave the key. So then Andy, talks with the girls about how the situation's bad and everything. And, once again, they're going back and forth with each other. And in order to kind of calm down Andy, they all talk about their situation. Like, Karen with the grocery man, a.k.a. Aaron, Sabrina with the situation with Calvin and her toys. And then Danny talking about the married man she's messed around with about knowing they were married. And then her and Karen have a moment where she shows the video, and then she apologizes because I was telling y'all there was a sex video, and y'all say no there wasn't, and yeah, there was a video, obviously not sex, but at the same time, it's Zach apologizing and everything about how he loves Karen and whatnot and how he wants to do better. But then Danny, my thing is this: why would Danny? I get being upset that your friends, your so-called friends, talk about you behind your back, but at the same time, you led them to believe that you had a sex video between you and Zach. So why are you mad that your girlfriends treated you the way they did? Because they thought that you had not only had sex with Karen's ex, but you also filmed it. So why are you upset that they would be upset for you doing that? You're the one that made them believe you did that. That's all I gotta say. So now Andy wants to get revenge, and that's it, literally. So then after that, Danny tells Karen to come over to her place because Zach's moving out. Zach's getting his stuff. He apologizes again, and again, being mature, he wants to leave. Karen shows up, gives him a hug, wants to work it out, and once again, Danny's making Zach saying that you should see the video, but once again, isn't telling him the truth about the video not being a sex video. She's literally making him believe that it's, a video like that. And he doesn't see it. So him and Karen leave, and then they have a conversation on the way back home. They pull over, have car sex and backseat sex. Then after that, Sabrina, who honestly, Sabrina to me is adorable. Just her eyes are so adorable. Like what was in the last episode when she was looking at Calvin, after he was satisfied and she was like kind of freaked out about the toys. I don't know why. I think her eyes are very kind and inviting. I feel like that's why she to me is the most, I guess you could say, interesting of the bunch. True, Andy's story is the majority of the show, but just Sabrina's demeanor, I feel like she's the most. I think it was even mentioned in this episode, like, you're the most logical and most honestly, she's the calm one amongst the bunch. Danny is the loud, rambunctious one. Karen has the attitude. Andy is pretty level-headed, but she lets her emotions guide her decisions sometimes. But Sabrina seems to be the all-around, I guess you could say, I don't want to say the best of the bunch, because I'm not picking favorites, but I guess her weakness is her, kind of like Andy, seeing people as she wants them to be, but not seeing them for who they are. Like, Andy seeing Gary as who she wants him to be, but guess what? He's married and a liar and a manipulator. But then you have Sabrina looking at Calvin. Ooh, he's fine. He's attractive. He's great in bed, but I'm questioning his sexuality. So favorite character Maurice popped up. Him and Sabrina had a conversation. I guess you could say, to sum it up, he suggests setting up one of his bisexual friends to come over to her house for a dinner with Calvin, and then invite him for a threesome to see if he'll be into it. So once again, you're testing his sexuality instead of just confronting him about, you were a little too comfortable with the toys. So yeah, Sabrina's story arc could be finished with one deep conversation. No pun intended there. But it was pretty funny. So then the episode ends with Andy at her job waiting for the meeting between Jasmine and her PI and herself. She calls Karen. They're 15 minutes late. Karen's hugged up with Zach, and then Jasmine walks in, and the episode. So I don't know why, but Jasmine's like head shake when she's like, so you're the bitch who was effing my husband. Dun dun dun. And then that's the end of the episode. What would I score this episode? It's like I said, guys, these episodes move. I now know how to watch Sistas, and that's at twice the speed, because honestly, there's no need of sitting 42 minutes watching an episode when most of these characters are repeating dialogue, taking long pauses, are saying, and this is a common trope in Tyler Perry shows, what did you say? What did you just say? Huh? And it's like, then they got to repeat what they just said. I'm going to give this episode like a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 because it wasn't that enjoyable. Like I said, guys, if you ever watch the episode, and I'm not saying where to watch the episode, but if you're watching the episode not on live television, honestly, I don't know on DVR if you can speed it up. I suggest speeding up. There are some scenes in certain shows where you need to speed up. Like I was watching The Oval at 1.75 speed, but during certain moments, like when Victoria and Hunter were talking in their room or when they were addressing the staff in The Oval, I did watch those at normal speed because those scenes were really good. And if you watch my lengthy episode review of The Oval, you know I really enjoyed the episode. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, there were still some bad scenes, but overall, that episode of The Oval was pretty good due for character moments. Like, you're probably thinking, well, Jeremy, we had over half the episode with all 4 women together. I don't think we've ever seen that before. Yes, but most of the scene was them bickering back and forth. And also another reason I'm giving this episode a 4 out of 10, and this might sound a bit sexist because I'm a guy, but this scene did nothing to help me feel bad for Andy because, as I said towards the beginning of this review, the only thing Danny said of value in this episode, aside from telling Karen that Zach loves him, is the fact that, why are you acting surprised that Gary cheated on you when he's a married man and he's cheating on his wife with you, Andy? Andy saying, man ain't shit, all we have is each other. And it's like, you did this to yourself. Like, you're the one who knew he was married. You're the one who was messing around with him for what, like 4 to 6, what was it? 4 months, and he said he would be leaving his wife and his home, but then it wasn't because he asked for 6 months. And then when he finally decided to leave his wife to be with you, then you want him to leave living with you because you're questioning what your wants are, and then you're attracted to this dude named Paris. So yeah, it's stupid. Like, no, you don't get to say all these men ain't shit. Like the men that you're involved with, who you know are involved with other women, or well, another woman who's married to him, that's your problem. So I feel no sympathy. And people try to say that Andy is the hero. No, she's the villainess. A very good looking villainess, but she's the villainess. So she ain't the victim. So she wants to get revenge on Gary. Now, if she and Jasmine team up, now that'll be interesting. But we'll talk about that more in the episode preview. But this episode of Sistas, 4 out of 10. Like I said, you could just skip through most of it. Like I said, watch it at increased speed. There's no need of watching it all the way through at normal because it's just 42 minutes. You won't get back. I know how to watch these episodes now, but I don't know if next week is the mid-season finale. I think that there's more episodes coming. Honestly, I wish it would go on break, but who knows? Whatever. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new, and make sure you check me out on social media. Links are in the description box below.